Normal immune response is to eliminate the foreign antigens that have entered the host. It leads to only a localized or subclinical inflammatory response that in turn eliminates the antigen without causing any tissue damage to the host. Sometimes the response becomes abnormal. Immune response instead of being protective may turn out to be injurious to host at times. Abnormal response leads to exaggerated inflammatory reaction causing extensive tissue damage and sometimes even death. They are named as hypersensitivity reactions. Hypersensitivity or allergy. It refers to the injurious consequences in the sensitized host following subsequent contact with specific antigen. Sensitizing dose and shocking dose antigens can be innocuous, need not be pathogenic. In hypersensitivity, host must have had contact earlier with the antigen, the sensitizing dose. Dose subsequent contact with the same allergen leads to manifestations of hypersensitivity reactions, that is called shocking dose. Gel and cones are classified hypersensitivity reaction into 4 types. Type 1 immunoglobulin E mediated. Type 2 immunoglobulin G rarely IgM mediated. Type 3 immune complex mediated. Type 4 delayed type hypersensitivity reaction. Type 1 due to IgE secreted by sensitized by B cells following a contact with an allergen induces mast cell degranulation. Cytotropic antibody and not circulating antibody. Pharmacologically active mediators granules released. They cause vasodilatation, vascular and smooth muscle contraction and increased vascular permeability. The response can be localized, atopy, or systemic anaphylaxis. Primary mediators: histamine, heparin and serotonin. Eosinophil chemotactic factor, neutrophil chemotactic factor. Action increases vascular permeability and smooth muscle contraction. Secondary mediators: platelet activating factor, prostaglandins. Leukotrienes SRSA slow reacting substance of anaphylaxis. Action platelet aggregation and degranulation. Contraction pulmonary smooth muscles. Systemic anaphylaxis. It is an acute medical emergency, dyspnea, hypotension, vascular collapse, death. It occurs within minutes of exposure to allergen, fatal if not treated promptly. Wide-range allergens trigger anaphylaxis in humans. Food, nuts, egg, peas, beans, seafoods. Proteins, foreign serum, vaccines. Drugs, penicillin, local anesthetics, etc. Insect bite products, venom of bee, wasp, dust mites, etc. Epinephrine is the drug of choice. Atopy. Localized anaphylaxis. It is common, affecting about 10% population. About 50% of the conditions are familial with genetic predisposition and therefore called atopic reactions. Sites epithelial surface at the entry of allergen. Inherited, runs in families. Affect greater than 20% of people. Examples of atopy: allergic rhinitis, asthma, food allergy, atopic dermatitis, drug allergy. Treatment: avoid contact with allergen. Hyposensitization, repeated exposure to increased doses of antigen subcutaneously. Anti-IgE monoclonal antibodies. Drugs to block H1 receptor. To prevent mast cell degranulation by increasing CAM production and prolongs CAMP levels in mast cells. Blocks Ca influx into mast cells. Blocks conversion of histidine to histamine.